Goldilocks and the Three Bears in a quiet green forest, where tall trees swayed softly and sunlight sprinkled through the leaves like warm golden rain, there stood a small, neat cottage. Inside this cozy home lived three bears: Father Bear, who was big and strong; Mother Bear, who was gentle and caring; and Baby Bear, who was cheerful and curious. One peaceful morning, the three bears were preparing breakfast. A pot of warm porridge sat on the wooden table. Father Bear tasted his bowl first and said in his deep, rumbling voice, "My porridge is too hot." Mother Bear tried hers next. With a soft shake of her head, she said, "Mine is too hot as well." And little Baby Bear took a small spoonful and squeaked, "Mine is hot too." So the family decided to let the porridge cool while they went for a short walk in the forest. They closed their door gently behind them, and soon the cottage grew quiet again. Goldilocks enters the story not far from the bears' cottage. A little girl named Goldilocks was wandering through the forest. Her hair was golden and curly, and it shimmered in the morning sun. She loved exploring, though sometimes she wandered farther than she should. As she walked, she suddenly noticed the small cottage. The windows sparkled. The flowers by the door swayed cheerfully. Goldilocks tilted her head and whispered to herself, "What a cute little house. I wonder who lives here." She stepped closer and knocked lightly on the door. Knock, knock, no answer. She knocked again, a little louder. Still no answer. Goldilocks gently turned the door handle. The door opened without a sound. "Maybe it's all right if I just take a tiny peek," she murmured. Inside, the cottage felt warm and welcoming. Sunlight shone across the wooden floor, and the smell of porridge drifted through the air. On the table were 3 bowls of steaming porridge, one large, one medium, and one small. Goldilocks hadn't realized how hungry she was until now. The 3 bowls of porridge, she went to the large bowl first. She lifted the spoon and blew on it a little, then she tasted it. "Ouch, too hot," she cried, shaking her head quickly. Next, she tried the medium bowl. This time, she took a small, careful sip. Too cold," she said softly. At last, she tried the small bowl. She scooped up a spoonful, tasted it, and her eyes lit up. "This one is just right." Goldilocks felt so warm and comfortable that she ate every last bit of Baby Bear's porridge. When she finished, she gave a long sigh of happiness. The 3 chairs after eating, Goldilocks looked around the room. "Maybe I can rest a little," she thought. By the fireplace stood 3 chairs. She climbed into the large chair first, but it was far too high and her feet dangled far above the floor. "Too big," she whispered. Then she tried the medium chair. It wasn't quite as tall, but it felt stiff and uncomfortable. "Too hard," she said gently. Then she saw the smallest chair in the corner. It looked just the right size for her. She sat down and a happy smile spread across her face. "This chair is just right." But the moment she wriggled to get even more comfortable, crack, the chair broke into pieces beneath her. Goldilocks gasped and quickly stood up. "Oh no, I didn't mean to." Feeling embarrassed, she decided to look around upstairs. The 3 beds at the top of the stairs was a small, tidy bedroom with 3 beds, one large, one medium, and one tiny little bed. Goldilocks felt sleepy after her walk and her breakfast. She rubbed her eyes and went straight to the large bed. She lay down, but the mattress was much too firm. "Too hard," she whispered. She tried the medium bed next. It was very soft, so soft she sank right in. "Too soft," she murmured, rolling to one side. Finally, she climbed into the smallest bed. It felt cozy and warm, like a gentle hug. "This one is just right," Goldilocks said softly. Before she knew it, she was fast asleep. Her breathing grew slow and steady, and her golden curls spread across the pillow like sunshine on snow. The bears come home meanwhile. The 3 bears finished their walk and returned to their cottage. As soon as Father Bear stepped inside, he noticed something was wrong. "Someone has been tasting my porridge," he said in his deep voice. Mother Bear walked to her bowl and added, "Someone has been tasting my porridge too." Baby Bear hurried to his small bowl and cried, "Someone has eaten all my porridge." The 3 bears looked around the room in surprise. Next, they went to the chairs by the fireplace. Father Bear frowned. "Someone has been sitting in my chair." Mother Bear nodded slowly. "Someone has been sitting in my chair as well," and Baby Bear looked at his broken little chair and cried, "Someone has been sitting in my chair, and they broke it." The bears exchanged puzzled looks. Who could it be? Discovering Goldilocks, they climbed up the stairs quietly, their footsteps soft on the wooden steps. In the bedroom, Father Bear growled gently, "Someone has been sleeping in my bed." Mother Bear touched her blankets and said, "Someone has been sleeping in my bed, too." And then Baby Bear tiptoed to his bed. His eyes grew wide. He pointed at the girl sleeping there and whispered, "Someone is sleeping in my bed, and here she is." Just then, Goldilocks stirred. She opened her eyes and saw 3 bears staring at her with surprised faces. "Oh, Goldilocks gasped. She jumped out of the bed, hurried down the stairs, and ran out of the cottage as fast as her feet could carry her. She rushed through the forest until she found the safe path back home. The three bears watched from the doorway. They were not angry, just surprised and a little worried. After all, they had never had a visitor quite like her before. The gentle lesson. This story reminds children to be thoughtful and respectful. It's important to ask before entering someone's home. We should take care of things that belong to others. And when we make a mistake, we should try to be honest and careful next time. Goldilocks learned that curiosity is wonderful, but kindness and respect make every adventure safer and happier.